Hi, welcome to CreepGame Assignment 3.01, the first assignment of the new semester. So here's our requirements. We need to build a world editor for our game, utilizing as much of our game code as possible. We will want to utilize a GUI so that we'll have buttons and checkboxes and other controls. We're going to be able to want to load in our scenery data in our custom binary file format. We're going to want to be able to select world geometry and mark it or tag it so that our game can react to it depending on what it's to be used for. We want to be able to add boxes of arbitrary size in the world. We want to be able to save out the new data in our custom file format, and we want to be able to read the data back in so we haven't lost our changes. Quite a bit, so let's take a look. Here's our solution. We will run the new world editor. Okay, here we are. So the first thing you might notice is that we have a cursor and that it's selecting geometry behind it, just as we're required to do to be able to select geometry. Now, if you think about it, to be able to select geometry means that we're actually be able to select it like this. It means we're actually casting a ray at the point where we're looking, where the cursor's showing, and we're finding out what scene data that ray is intersecting with, and basically we're applying a shader to that that mesh data so that we can tell it's been selected. But our game doesn't cast rays on game scenery. It only casts them on collision data, on collision objects. So what we've done is, when the world editor starts up, it's reading in the game data, and it's building an octree on the fly so that we can raycast on it. And that allows us to mark up geometry as we want to. And now let's see, let's notice over here now I've got a field and I can tag it. So let's notice everything right now has seems to have a 0 for that value, but let's take this one piece and we'll show that we can tag geometry. So I'm going to mark that, let's say 33, whatever 33 means. I'm going to say tag it. Now if I move away from it, you see that piece, which looks just like it, is 0. When I move back, it's 33. So let's move over to here. That one's 0 again. Let's make that one 44. Tag it. Okay, there's our 33, there's our 44. So now you see we do have the ability to tag or mark our scene data, our world geometry. Now, what if I want to move what if I want to move around, but I don't want this cursor flying with me? What I can do over here is lock the selected mesh, and now when I move, the cursor stays where it was, and it doesn't have to be distracting me all over the place. Now, what if I have an object that I don't really like where it is, and I want to move it around slightly, or maybe even a lot? So if you press the X key, the currently selected object will move in the X direction, and if you press Shift X, it'll move back. And similarly for the Y direction, Shift Y, Z, and Shift Z. So we have the ability to finally fine-tune an object's position if we want to. So now we need to also be able to create a box. So let's look into that. If I want to create a box, I have this new button here. Well, everything's new, but I have this button here called Add Trigger Box. So I'm going to just press that, and I see a box appear in front of me. It looks like it's on the ground, but if I move slightly, and by the way, all movement is flying in the world editor, but if I move around, I see it actually just sort of dropped it in the air, and it's just sitting there. So what I can do is if I do select boxes and I say next box, you'll see that it suddenly glowed, showing that it actually is selected. And now if I hit drop, it fell to the ground. You can see it's pretty small. So what if I want it a little bigger? Let's do this. Let's make it bigger, and then we'll move back a little bit. And you notice it's like half sunk. Let's go underneath the world, and you see half of it's under there. So what I can do then is if I hit the drop for that box, it actually pops it out of the ground. So now it's actually sitting on the ground. So basically just did a ray cast to the scenery data. Now what if that's not really where I want it? I really want it, let's say, up on that bridge. Well, what I can do is attach it to me, and it's a little big, so I'm going to shrink it for a second. Now it's attached to me. Now wherever I go, that box stays with me, and so I can carry it and position myself to where I want it. Let's say I'm going to put it, I don't know, right there, and then I'll just say detach it from me and then drop it. And so now it's down there, and I will scale it back up a little bit and hit drop so it pops out of the ground. Okay, now I've got the box, say that's where I want to place it, and I can tag it. Let's tag it to say 55. Tag that mesh, and now let's put another box over on top of this box. So let's do add a trigger box. There it appears in front of me. I will attach it to me. I'll reset the scale on it so it's not so big. Okay, it looks like I must have, oh, I know what happened. I created a new box, but I didn't select it yet. So the one I'm carrying around is the one I thought I had placed over here. So let's put it back down on the ground. Let's drop it. Oops, can't drop while it's attached. Now drop it, and then we'll scale it back up to where we want it. Pop it out of the ground. And now what I didn't do, what I needed to do is, once we had that other box, which is over here, what I need to do is say go to select the next box, and see, you saw this box become darker and that box become brighter. And let me scale it a little bit better now so you can see it. See, there it is. Now let me go back and forth between the two. See, there's the one, there's the other. So that way you can tell which box is selected. I had forgotten to select the new box, is what I had done wrong. So I'm going to attach this to me and put it on top of this other box here. Let me get over it. Okay, it looks like if I drop it now, I think I put it a little bit below. Let's hit drop. Okay. So I'm going to scale it a little bit, a little larger maybe, and drop it again to pop it out of the box, and you see it obeys the collision with the ground. So there we have our two boxes. I'm going to mark this one to 99, tag it, and if I move back so we can see them both, now you see it's 99. If I move it to the other one, that one's still 55. If I move back, it's 99 again. So the tags are sticking to it just fine. Okay, now I want to, let's say this is exactly what I wanted. I want to save this data. So I'm going to hit Save Scene. And it'll pop up a dialog so I can save it. And I'm going to save this as video demo. Video demo.bin. And now I'm going to hit P to exit the game. And I'm going to bring up my config file. And I'm going to change this to video demo.bin here. Video demo.bin. And I'm going to uncomment this line, and I'll comment this one so it stops using the old one. So now I basically caused it to start using this new binary file. So I'm going to hit save on this, and then I'm going to run the world editor again. And hopefully, if I go upstairs, I'll see those new boxes. So let's do that. Let's go up. And we see there's one box, and it's been colored. It's an untextured box, and there's the other box. And if we select it, we see that its tag mesh is 99 as it was before, and it's the tag on this one is 55, just like we saved it as. So we see that we can create new boxes, tag them, save them, and come back in, and they're now part of the our new scenery. So one final thing, let's actually start up the game. Let's get out of this and start up the game. Change the game to the startup project and run that. So here we are in the game, so let's go up the stairs. Of course, we're not flying in here, we could, but and we see that there's a new box, and there's a new box. Now there's no way for us to see in the game what the tags are, but they are still they still have their tags available. So that's the overview of my assignment, CreepGame Assignment 3.01. Thank you and goodbye.